standout moment of the past 15 years for me was saying the magic words, motion agreed, in the Assembly's chamber on July the 3rd, 2012. It was a motion that heralded the first ever Assembly Act after the Assembly received enhanced lawmaking powers, and it was a great honour to be the person to preside over that historic moment.
It's been a privilege to serve during these 15 years of the Assembly's existence. I think my happiest memory is the start of this Assembly term when I carried the mace through into the chamber when the Queen opened the 4th Assembly, the Assembly when we became a full Parliament. I'll always look back with great pride and satisfaction at that moment.
My successes has been the introduction of the pressure put on the Minister to introduce nuchal scanning in Wales, which will start to come into effect this year. It's really possible to make change in the National Assembly, but the Assembly itself has to change. And certainly one of the areas where it's deficient is in encouraging lone parents to come forward and stand in politics.
Important things I think that has happened since devolution is that we have somewhere here in Wales where people can take their concerns and they can come here, protest, speak to Assembly members. Before, people had to take their concerns to Westminster, and so I think it's really important that the Assembly exists so that we can bring democracy closer to the people and be that door for people's concerns.
I campaigned like a Trojan for the establishment of the National Assembly for Wales. I don't particularly want to talk about the last 15 years, I want to talk about the next 15 years, and for me, if we can ban the smacking of children, then we will do a great job for our young people.
So 15 years of devolution for me is about making democracy more open and accessible to people all over Wales, making sure that we can deliver benefits for local people which are Wales specific, but also delivering laws which are relevant to Wales and making sure that we can improve our economy, our health service and our education.
The highlight of the first 15 years of the National Assembly for Wales' life for me was the day when Her Majesty the Queen opened this amazing building, the Senedd. I love coming here every day when I come into work, because every day in every way I'm walking on a piece of Meirionnydd, of Blaen y Ffestiniog, Welsh Street.
The past 15 years, there are lots of highlights, but one of the things I'm most proud of is the fact that we have got a new hospital in my constituency in Cynon Valley, and I think if we hadn't had the Assembly, I don't think that would have happened.
I think for me the most special aspect of the Assembly, which has been my privilege to be a member of now for the last 3 years, is the work that we've been doing on the Petitions Committee. Petitions enable people from all over Wales, regardless of their age or social background, to bring forward issues that matter to them and where we can make a difference.
Devolution for Wales has given us the opportunity to take more control over our own lives. Decisions that are made in Wales are obviously the best place to make those decisions for the people of Wales. And as we grow, I very much hope that we will be able to take more decisions for ourselves and take more control over our own destiny in the future.
Assembly member since 1999, but I think the Assembly really came to fruition when it acquired full legislation powers after the referendum in 2011. After that point, we are making legislation in the Senedd to meet the needs of the people of Wales, and that's what it's all about for me.
I believe that over the next 15 years the key issues are to make sure that the Silk Report, both Part 1 and Part 2, are fully implemented, and most importantly we move to the reserved powers model so we don't keep on having our legislation being referred to the Supreme Court.
I believe the National Assembly for Wales over the past 15 years has really brought government much closer to the people of Wales. The Senedd is an amazing building that's visited by people from right across Wales, and I think it's good they come here to see their elected representatives in action.
For me, devolution has always been about bringing power closer to people. It's about giving them a voice. And I think the Assembly has done that. And as a new Parliament, as a new legislature, we've got more powers now to be able to ensure that the voice of people across Wales is properly heard and properly represented.
In the last 15 years, we have seen Welsh people have a say in their own direction. Since I joined in 2011, the Welsh Assembly Government has been able to implement laws here in Wales for Welsh people. And the next 15 years, I want to see more decisions being made here in Wales for Welsh people, and I believe that will happen.
Member of this great political Welsh institution in Wales, which is an offshoot of Mother of all Parliament in London, and best wishes to all. Thank you. 15 seconds.